All right, what's up? Let's take a look at finding the greatest common factor. I've got three examples. The first one, we'll find the greatest common factor of 24 and 36. Then we'll do 54 and 36. And then we'll do 27, 45, and 9. All right, so the greatest common factor, what we're looking for is the largest number that will divide into each of these evenly. So to do that, and a lot of the numbers you can look at and you can tell what the greatest common factor is, but what if you can't? Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. All right, so let's do the 24 and 36. So for 24, we want to write each of these as a product of prime numbers. Okay, so for 24, what you want to do is you can use a tree diagram to break it down. So 24, we know that is 2 times 12, okay? And then the 12, we can break it down into 2 times 6, and then the 6, we can break that down into 2 times 3. And so you can see 24 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And then we'll do the same thing with 36. All right, so 36 is equal to, well, let's see, 36, that's what? 2 times 18. 18 is 2 times 9. And then the 9, we can write that as 3 times 3. And so the 36 can be written as 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So that's 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. All right. Now, to find the greatest common factor, you look at each different factor. Okay, so let's look at the 2's. See, the different factors we have 2's and we have 3's. So let's look at the 2's. So in 24, it has 3 2's, and the 36 has 2 2's. So the greatest common factor, all right, so the 36 has 2 2's, the 24 has 3 2's. We use it the least amount of times that it appears. So in the 36, it appears twice. In the 24, it appears 3 times. So we use it the least, so we use it 2 times. And then we look at the 3's. Well, you can see the 24, the 3 appears once. The 36, it appears twice. So we use it the least amount of times it appears, which is 1 time. So that's times 3. And then 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 3 is 12. And that's your greatest common factor. All right, let's look at the next one. All right, so we've got 54 and 36. So let's look at the 54. Okay, let's break that down. So 54, all right, so that's 2 times 27, and 27 can be written as 3 times 9, and 9 can be written as 3 times 3. Now, one thing I do want to say in this video, if you're at this point in math, then you should know how to write it as a product of prime numbers. If not, I've got a video, you can watch it. I'll go into more detail of how to do it. So the 54 can be written as 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. All right, and now let's look at the 36. Well, we did 36 earlier, didn't we? Okay, remember that was 2 times 18, and then this was 2 times 9, and then this was 3 times 3. So that's 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. All right, now let's look at the greatest common factor. So let's look at the 2's. So there's 1, and this one has 2. All right, so the greatest common factor, all right, well, the 2's, here it appears once, here it appears twice, so we use it the least amount of times it appears, which is once. And then let's look at the 3's. 36 has 2 3's. This one has 3 3's, so we use it the least it appears, which is twice. And so that's going to be, well, 3 times 3 is 9, and then 9 times 2 is 18. And so there's your greatest common factor. All right. Now, let's look at the last one. All right, so the last one, you can probably see that the greatest common factor here is 9, but let's just go ahead and write it out. So let's look at the 27. Okay, so 27, that's what? Let me come over here and do it. So 27, that is 3 times 9, and then this is 3 times 3. And so 27 is 3 times 3 times 3. And then we've got the 45. All right. So let's see, 45, that's what? That's 5 times 9. We know that. And then that's 3 times 3. And so this would be 3 times 3 times 5. And then the 9, well, 9, we know that's just 3 times 3. All right, so let's look and find the greatest common factor. All right, well, let's look at the 3's first. All right, so here we've got 2 3's, here we've got 2 3's, and here we've got 3 3's. All right, so we use it the least amount of times that it appears. Well, in this one, it appears twice, this one, it appears twice, and this one, it appears 3 times. So the least amount of times that it appears in one of them is twice, so that's how many times we use it. And then we look at the 5. Well, here it appears once, here it appears 0 times, and here 0 times. So that means we don't use it. And so our greatest common factor is 3 times 3, which is 9. And I hope the video helped. Check out my other videos. Give me a like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.